We have some useful tips that may help you save your car from being towed.
See how one family turned their home into a local attraction.
And learn what students are saying about the departure of our basketball stars for the NBA. All this and more tonight on Wildcast.
Live from the University of Arizona UATV studio, this is Wildcast.
I'm Max Efren.
And I'm Jackie Kent. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Parking near campus may present some costly and unforeseen consequences for students. Wildcast reporter Chelsea Hemphill has uncovered the loopholes that tow truck companies are using to make a profit.
Phishing is a term coined by tow truck drivers that creates the illusion that a person's car isn't going to get towed by letting people park in a certain parking lot that has signs for a period of time, and then coming and towing cars randomly after people have gotten used to parking in that area.
I've been parking over there overnight, probably dating back to October consistently, and I just got my truck towed for being in the same parking lot in April.
Why are tow truck companies so secretive about their work? Is it maybe because there are a lot of loopholes in the system that make it easier to take advantage of the people that get their cars towed? Sergeant Barrera has more.
Well, I think people need to understand their responsibilities and their rights for their property. Okay, now if I can prove something that is mine, you can't deprive me of my property. Now you can take me to court and sue me civilly for paying something, but you can't deprive me of my property, the use of my property, okay, because for any reason.
Bronco Towing Company actually reached out and said the last time they spoke on air, they got a lot of backlash from other towing companies in the area. According to azcentral.com, it is illegal to remove a vehicle from private property without the permission of the owner or the law enforcement. Because there is an absence of the law, this creates a lot of gray matter in the tow industry. Technically, towing is considered theft. Also, the property owner that has called the towing company has the agreement to pay for the removal of the car. This technically never is brought up to the car owner's attention when they go to pick up their car, and they end up paying again for the removal fee.
So within like 5 minutes, an officer arrived, asked for my registration, my license, and then told him he had to release my car because it was my property, and that's technically the state. In Arizona, they can't take your belongings, even though it's like a private property.
There are some simple solutions to not getting towed. In every parking lot that you park in, make sure to read all the signs, especially by the entrance and the exit of the parking lot. It is the law that there has to be a towing sign near these areas. Second, ask the surrounding businesses or people if you can park in that area. Usually if a person frequents the area, they have known of other people getting towed. I am Chelsea Hemphill, reporting from University of Arizona parking lots. This is...
We have new information tonight on the riots at Main Gate Square last month. Tucson police just released new documents detailing how officers handled the situation. This includes a statement from Sergeant Joel Mann. Now, you may remember he was the officer seen in this video that's now gone viral of him pushing a girl during those riots. In these new documents, he says he was trying to stop 3 people from, quote, coming up on the rear of the officers and enter the area where bottles and items were being thrown and avoid their arrest, end quote. The woman in this video has hired an attorney.
Tax season is finally over, and you may now be faced with a large stack of unwanted but confidential documents. If you're looking to quickly and safely get rid of all that paperwork, there will be a shredded event this Saturday at Mansfield Park. The shredding service is free for the first box of papers. The second box, however, will require a $5 donation to one of 2 nonprofits. City Council member Karen Ulick and Pima County Constable Bennett Bernal are hosting the event.
Although the U of A continues to increase tuition, students can be protected from rising costs by the new guaranteed tuition plan. Wildcast reporter Brandon Mejia spoke with students about the recent hike. Brandon.
With the 2014-2015 school year right around the corner, tuition rates plan to increase for in- and out-of-state students come the start of next year. The Arizona Board of Regents proposed a 2% tuition increase for resident graduates and undergraduate students, as well as a 5% increase for non-resident graduates and undergraduates as well.
For an out-of-state student, it's like very, very much, and it's financially a burden.
The Guaranteed Tuition Program will guarantee students with a set tuition for 4 years. Students who don't join the program will have the increase in tuition, along with all the incoming students as well.
I was an out-of-state resident. I came from New York. I paid about $2,000 a year to come here. Obviously, costs do go up, but I think that the state should try to be more responsible for it by maybe having another hotel tax or tax cigarettes. This way they can achieve the revenues that are needed, because I know a lot of students, it's hard enough for them to get here, and then for them to have to stay here or maybe drop out because they got to pay another $200-300 a year is a big nut to crack. So,
with the raise in tuition going up again, President Hart's proposal shows exactly how the University of Arizona will allocate these funds for student academics and research programs that help benefit students and the state. Reporting for Wildcast, I'm Brandon Mejia.
And there's no doubt this tuition plan is a great thing. You know what you're paying from beginning to end. But what a lot of students don't know is they just passed another tuition raise just this year. So more than 5% for in-staters. And for out-of-staters like me, it's almost a 9% increase.
Yeah, but at least that's not quite as bad as previous years where I've heard it's been up to 10 to 15% increases. So they've taken a little bit of a break on us, but not that much.
That's true. At least I don't have to pay it again.
Yeah, same here.
So there you go.
All right. Well, after the break, see what one couple has created from a lifetime of collecting.
Hi, it's David Hasselhoff, the Hawk. Get Hawk with UATV. Stay tuned. Don't change the dial.
People may tune out someone they see on a median trying to sell newspapers.
Those extra few hours of having to swipe your CAT card to get in at night might be keeping non-U of A students out of the library.
And while some are traveling to Mexico for cheaper gas, others are forced to pay those high prices at the pump.
Students and parents are always invited to come cheer on the Wildcats.
We'll see you back here next week for another edition of Wildcast.
Welcome back to Wildcast. Tucson is home to all sorts of hidden treasures, and Tin Town is one of them. Wildcast reporter Danielle Carpenter took a tour of this local house turned mini museum and spoke with the couple who created it. Danielle.
The roof in the kitchen was gone. It was just skylight. There was no electric, no water. The sewage was improperly run. The ceiling had caved in. So the building was in bad shape. And, people used to come in, our friends, at first when they came in and saw the condition of the building, they thought we were crazy, really. But we had an insight of what could be done here. We're avid collectors, and so we needed a place to put our collection. So that's where the Tin Town part starts outside.
Tin Town holds over 4,000 collectibles and antiques, and each piece has its own story.
We collect everything from light bulbs to dinosaur poop. Lots of military things, Art Deco things. We try to save things from the city of Tucson and Arizona. We've created a museum, not only inside this building, but in Tin Town. So people come from all over the world to see our creations. So it's been a joyful experience, and it still is.
It became successful in reference to word of mouth. Everything has been done here that way, just word of mouth. So it turned out to be something bigger than we anticipated, exposure-wise and party-wise and everything else, it's been wonderful.
What we did with this market, which was a site of tragedy, really, we turned it into a very positive place.
So that's what we kind of strive for, is hanging on to things that a lot of times get lost in the junkyard and everybody forgets about them.
Well, my son, he decided to start working in metal, and he's done a couple pieces for our neighborhood. We have a lot of his pieces, and so when Gary and I are no longer here, Adam and his wife Megan will take care of Tin Town.
Reporting from Tin Town, I'm Danielle Carpenter for Wildcast.
Summer temperatures are already starting to reach us, but how long will this trend last? We'll send it over now to weather reporter Shay Sorensen for an in-depth look at this week's forecast. What do you got for us, Shay?
Good evening, Wildcats. The high today was 92 degrees, which is 8 degrees above our average of 84. It was breezy today due to a low pressure system moving in. These breezy conditions should continue into tomorrow, bringing down the high to 86. On Thursday, we can expect calm winds and sunny skies. The next round of breezy conditions will move in Friday afternoon as another system clips the southwest. A potential chance of mountain showers can be expected on Saturday if there's enough moisture. The forecasted highs for this weekend will decrease as a result of this low to the upper 70s. Windy conditions will remain through Sunday, and by Monday we can expect sunny skies and a high of 82. That's all I have for you, Wildcats, and I'll see you next time.
The UA continues to show support for victims of sexual assault. This week, the school held its annual Take Back the Night event where survivors and supporters march and share their stories. Campus officials urge anyone who's facing or has faced sexual abuse to speak out. We have resources right here on campus. You can find out more information at UA Campus Health Services.
Popular Glee star Lauren Potter visited the U of A and delivered an inspirational speech for students hoping to become successful in the TV industry. Wildcast reporter Madison Noble attended the event and spoke with students about the experience.
Glee's favorite trio, Lauren Potters, comes to the UA campus to talk to students about following their dreams in spite of all obstacles. Many came out to see the hilarious and sassy actress in person.
Hello. Hi, it's so good to be here today at the University of Arizona in beautiful Tucson, Arizona.
She definitely wasn't what I expected. She was very personable, and she was funny, and she's just as sassy as she was in the show. So that was really cool. She's really inspiring. It was actually a tearjerker to hear what she had to say and what she's been through. She has a lot of wisdom.
This huge Hollywood star talked about her life growing up and the road to Glee. She talked about the difficulties living with Down syndrome and the very hurtful R word. She also talked briefly about her relationship with Corey Monteith, the Glee star that just took over the media back in July.
It was great having Lauren Potter come to U of A to help talk to people about overcoming differences and chasing your dreams no matter what's holding you back.
Just to have somebody with her fame and her notoriety and her level of success come out and represent the Down syndrome community and talk about building awareness in this area.
Lauren Potter has inspired thousands and continues to be an activist for the equality of everyone. She wants to spread the word to kids with Down syndrome to stand up for themselves and be the better person. Reporting for Wildcast from the South Ballroom, I'm Madison Noble.
Stay with us after the break to hear what Wildcat fans expect for their NBA-bound stars.
I'm Derek Williams, the former U of A Wildcat. You're watching UATV. Don't change the channel.
Welcome back to Wildcast. They are often taken for granted, but crossing guards are who keep children safe as they travel to and from school. AAA awards a crossing guard in Pima County every year that has shown exceptional dedication to their community safety and well-being. This year's winner is Petra Wilcox of Desert Willow Elementary School. She was awarded a $500 Visa gift card this morning for her good work. The school she works at received a $500 as well.
The UA's freshman phenom Aaron Gordon and junior captain Nick Johnson are making their way into the NBA next year. Wildcast reporter Riley Brown has more on the impact of this loss to the school and students' expectations for our Wildcats' professional careers.
Arizona basketball said goodbye to freshman forward Aaron Gordon and junior guard Nick Johnson as they declared for the NBA draft last week. The two led the team on all parts of the court, with Johnson averaging 16.3 points per game and Gordon with 12.4.
I feel like Aaron is athletic enough and he's a very good basketball player to be leaving.
Well, I mean, I'm sad, but I think he's doing it to better his career, so good luck to him. With one of the top recruiting classes, I think we should be okay, and we also have one All-American coming in to fill Aaron Gordon's spot, which I think will definitely be beneficial for the team.
And Nick, he's been here a while, and I felt like this was kind of his year to be the man, and he kind of was the man for us. And I think it's time for him to pass the torch to someone else for next year.
While the loss of both players is definitely a blow to the program, Arizona comes in with one of the top recruiting classes in the nation, capping it off with All-American small forward Stanley Johnson out of Mater Dei High School in California.
Just keep it going rather than, taking a year off. We just need to keep going.
Reporting from the University of Arizona, I'm Riley Brown for Wildcast.
Many talented and exciting athletes are choosing which school they want to attend next year, and the U of A seems to be one of the top destinations. Sports reporter Chelsea Moe has more on what Wildcat fans have to look forward to. Chelsea.
Hello, Wildcats. This week in women's basketball, the team has signed 2 more players for the upcoming season. The Wildcats will welcome transfer students Melina Washington and Lauren Evans, in addition to the 5 newcomers that signed last November. In softball, the Cats will take on the Aggies this week at Hillenbrand Stadium. The doubleheader against the Aggies will be the first 2 games of 5 home games this week for Arizona. They host Utah Friday through Sunday. In men's basketball, Sean Miller and the Arizona men's basketball staff announced the signing of Dusan Restic on Wednesday, adding to an incoming recruiting class that is already among the most highly regarded in the nation. That's all in sports. Back to you.
Thanks for tuning into Wildcast. But before you go, there's some upcoming events here at the U of A you might be interested in.
On Friday, the Red Cross is hosting a blood drive, and the weekly farmers market will be held at the College of Medicine.
Saturday, Tech Park, Arizona is hosting a solar go-kart race at the Honda Circuit, and the new Chinese Cultural Experience Center will have its opening ceremony at 11 a.m.
And on Sunday, UA Studio presents Mr. Marmalade by Noah Hadel, and UA Presents will be hosting Bobby McFerrin at Centennial Hall, accompanied by his band Spirit You All.
For more information on any of these events and others being held at the UA, visit our Facebook page at UATV3.
And you can watch us anytime online at uatv.arizona.edu or on our YouTube channel, UATV CH3. We'll see you next week for another edition of Wildcast. Good night.